Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of a show enough divided. I'm sure you're wondering where Willie is. He is recovering from a surgery, so we're sending out our prayers and hopeful for a speedy recovery. But we got Black, Brian, Regina, Tisha. So we got a full show today. We got lots to talk about. So we'll run the intro and then we'll bring everybody in. Just let me. Where am I at here? I had it. Alrighty, so welcome everyone. Welcome Black, Brian, Tisha, Regina. How's everyone doing today?
Great. How are y'all?
Fantastic. And you know me and her are doing really good, so sorry about it.
Yeah, I think we all got surprisingly. I think we all got wins this week, except for Raider Nation. But it's just rare that we get a Jacksonville win. So we're just trying to let Brian celebrate.
Appreciate that.
Be in with the cool kids for once.
Hey, they're few and far in between, so I gotta take them when I get them.
Okay, so first things first, we're going to get into the week. We'll recap our games from this week. So Brian, you're up first.
Yes, sir.
Big win in London.
Hey, big win in London. I don't care who it was against. All right, you got to play. Everybody got to play out there. So. It was a much better week for sure for us all the way around. Like I said, I don't care if it was the Patriots or the Dolphins or anyone, like it doesn't matter who it is. You still got to go out and play. And I was very pleased, man. They came out and ran the ball well. 26 carries for 118 yards and two touchdowns for Tank, who's slowly taking carries out of the backfield away from Etienne. It kind of breaks my heart. I'm kind of a big Etienne fan, so I hope he doesn't take all of them, but I don't think he will. He'll still have a presence back there in that backfield. But the big thing is that that running game finally came alive, and it allowed Trevor Lawrence to be efficient, which he usually has not been lately, at least this season. He was 15 of 20. He didn't have to throw it that much, 193 yards and a touchdown. So. I mean, that's pretty efficient in my book, and it was nice to see for once. Brian Thomas Jr. continuing to be, try to win that Rookie of the Year at this point. I mean, he got his first rushing touchdown of his young pro career, as well as one through the air. So. And we got a nice 96-yard punt return as well.
Yeah. So this one's for Brian, but for the group as well. Do you think it's an unfair advantage for Jacksonville to be able to play back-to-back games in London?
I mean, look, I'll start. I think it kind of is. I mean, it is for sure, because those teams coming in, there is jet lag, especially flying overseas, and a lot of those teams get in on Friday, and I mean, Jacksonville's been there all week. Practicing all week, and they're relaxed going into that game. So, I mean, Bills Nation knows how that feels.
Yeah, that cost us last year too, for sure.
Yeah, I never want to.
Go ahead, girl. Oh shoot, she's out. Go ahead and do what you did over there, but do it over here, and then you'll be good.
It goes to show. Well, I'm a Trevor Lawrence fan. I've been a fan of him for a while, and it's good to see them get a win. I thought they were going to win the prior week too, but it goes to show what a running game does for a team. Like as the Raiders, we were in a similar situation as Jacksonville, except for we knew they weren't going to bench their quarterback. But it just goes to show you it's not necessarily the quarterback. It's that if you can run the ball, then it takes so much pressure off of the quarterback. We know that Trevor is he's capable of handling the business. It's just that they have to find themselves, and it was good to see them find themselves this week. And like you say, can they bring it back across the water and let it translate?
No, I don't think
I
they
feel
can.
like it's more of an off week or of an off year. They're not, connecting. But that's fixable.
Yeah.
And the second game we have, I know, Tisha, Willie usually doesn't let you talk too much about Kansas City. So we'll give you the floor this time. You and Regina can both kind of talk about your big win against San Fran this week.
You go, girl. I want to hear it.
So I was in San Fran, and we were rolling heavy in Levi Stadium. Like, we were representing. So I know the stats don't look great, but a win is a win. And, I mean, I appreciate the hustle. It takes everyone to get it done. Our defense showed up and showed out. Karlaftis got his sack. Our secondary is doing great. My quarterback doesn't have great stats, but he has a W. And, I mean, he did run it into the end zone and, put a little on Mustafa. So I'm happy.
Yeah, that was a pretty big truck stick at the goal line there to get into the end zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
You came
He's
to San
Pat Truck.
Francisco? You actually came to San Francisco?
Yes. I came to Santa Clara, yeah.
Oh, so you didn't. Oh, so you was in my turf and didn't say nothing, didn't ask for no pass or nothing. Okay, all right.
I didn't know we got down like that, Black. I didn't know you'd hook me up.
Yeah, okay, it's cool. No, I'm talking about your hood pass. You all in my turf, hanging out and eating crackers and stuff over there at Santa Clara.
I promise. I was eating crackers.
I mean, they have the expensive stuff. Santa Clara Stadium is nice though, for real. Like they do have a little bouginess to it. It's Frisco. Niners, I mean.
It's a little bit out. It's a little bit outside of San Francisco, is it not? Isn't it far away from San Fran?
Away from San Francisco. Yeah, but they brought the bouginess to Santa Clara. Well, Santa Clara is kind of bougie too, so.
All right, Black, you're up. Raiders game.
Oh wow. So yeah, it kind of went the way half of it went the way I kind of anticipated. I knew that we were going to have problems at quarterback. Everybody, the whole nation was screaming, put AOC in. I knew he was going to get hurt. Like I already told everybody that he probably wasn't going to make it to the Kansas City game. I was going to be surprised if he made it out of half of this game, which he only made out. He barely made out the first quarter. So I thought Gardner was going to come in and do something, but our O-line was just terrible. We just had an all-around terrible day. But I'm kind of glad it played like that because now we know that Gardner's back starting again, and he gives us the best chance to win this week for sure. And I talked to him today, so yeah, be on the lookout for something. We got something planned for KC this week. That's all I'm saying.
What do you think? What do you think of the rumors of trading Max Crosby? Is there truth to that at all, or?
Look, that's just something to talk about. People are just trying to dogpile on the dysfunction just to keep us down. Like, we don't need y'all help. Like, we do enough stuff to our own team to keep us, So, but that's just something to talk about. We're not gonna get rid of Max Crosby. I mean, it just wouldn't make sense, But it's just I give about 10% validity to it, if that 7%.
Yeah, okay. Because I feel kind of the same. It wouldn't make any sense. We know kind of. I guess we know what the problem is with the Raiders is they need a better quarterback play. So I feel like your defense isn't far off. So I feel like getting rid of you're not the same as like Tennessee was this week and just kind of selling off parts. Like you're not at that stage. You just can tinker a little bit and you'll be right back in it.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit more than a quarterback. Like I was saying about Jacksonville, like we need a running game. Like the thing about it is you can be inept at the quarterback position. I mean, like you don't want to be at the bottom tier in quarterback, but anything in the mid-level to high, I mean, it's doable. I mean, like, so we got a serviceable quarterback, but we just need a run game. And if we can get a run game and then maybe bring in a quarterback that we could groom instead of trying to throw somebody out there to try to save the franchise, then we'll be all right. But
Hey,
we're gonna have problems because we got a new coach too. So we're not as close as people think, or even Raider fans think we are. Like we're not.
hey, Black, I got a question for you, man. Hey, who do you think should get the bulk of the carries between Madison and White?
It's absolutely Madison. Like I've been saying that since about week 2. Like, but Zamir, he earned his right to start, right? I mean, like, and he couldn't get it going. Like, regardless of what the reason is, it's not an excuse business. It's a production business. So, yeah, Madison is the one who's shown it. He's fumbled the least. But not only that, he's been the most consistent because he's been playing. He hasn't been out games. And so I think he should get majority of the carries, and he gives us the best chance to win, like at running back, like because he's not that bad.
Right.
Yeah, right on. And then the last game that we got to talk about is the Buffalo Bills. I don't know if you guys watched any of it, have any opinions on the game, or if you want me just to run with it.
I didn't see it. Just run.
Just
with it.
let it out.
Let it out. I did see your new receiver though, and he looked pretty good.
Yeah, he did look pretty good. He's finally got a quarterback who can throw him the ball. I mean, obviously the first throw was a drop, but you know that changed pretty quickly with four catches after that for whatever it was, 60 some yards and a touchdown. But I think Buffalo has a real problem of starting slow, and you know, for the Tennessee Titans to drive down the field and get 2 scoring drives, and we've punted the ball 3 times in the first quarter, that's a problem. It was a problem against Houston, and it was a hole that we couldn't climb out of against Houston. It was what got us off on the wrong foot against Baltimore. And, you know, I think that's a legit problem that we have is slow starts and then trying to fight the rest of the game to get back into it. But the second half, we just, you know, we looked like the Bills of the first 3 weeks of the season.
Yep.
So if you ask me, I'm like leading the charge of the Fire McDermott train. I don't think he's the guy to get it done.
Interesting.
That's right.
I thought y'all looked good, Ben. I mean, I thought after the first half when you got down 10, I felt like they dug deep and got it done. You saw Devontae in the flat. You saw him on an outside route. You saw him. I mean, he was looking great. They revived him. I mean, at the line of scrimmage, changing the play. I thought.
Yeah. No, they can get it together. It's the issue of having. They never make it easy on themselves. They always have to do that in order to get the win, and that's the frustrating part of watching and cheering for the Bills. It's a tale of 2 halves every game with them.
It's the same with the Chiefs.
Yeah,
Just because we win a lot doesn't mean that we're not stressful.
Into the Seahawks.
What was that, Brian? Sorry.
I was gonna say I still think that Joe Brady, he's still young, man, in his calling the plays in the NFL. I mean, I know heck, he didn't do it for that long. I don't feel like in college, you know, he was just really successful really fast. So, you know, he's going to get better. He's going to continue to get better. And I think that offense is going to continue to get better too. Especially with Cooper. Yeah,
for sure. I think Joe Brady is fine. And I think in an ideal world, we'd keep McDermott and have him as the defensive coordinator and find someone else to be a head coach. I think that would be the ideal situation, but I don't know how realistic that is.
As long as they're winning games, that he ain't going nowhere.
No, exactly. All right, so next up on the ticket, we got to do a little sound here because we got to figure out what made you say wrong one. This one.
Oh no, you big dummy! You dummy! You big dummy! 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 Get lost, dummy!
Okay, so we'll go around the horn. Tisha, what's one thing from your game that had you saying "you big dummy"?
This is gonna sound silly as heck. Did I say that? Silly as heck. So I, for the last couple of years, have always worn my Kansas City socks, and I lost them. And so I was stressed out the entire time. I was like, oh my God, we're going to lose. We're going to lose. We're going to lose. It's like, it's going to be my fault. I didn't find them, but we did find 10 points. So I was.
So you're not superstitious. You're only a little stitious.
Oh, the worst. Yeah, it's the worst.
Don't worry. I'm the same. I'm the same. I have a ham and cheese sandwich like an hour before the Bills game. I don't know where it started from, but that's one of my traditions that I have. It really sucks for when they play, like last year when they played in London, and I was up at 8:30 in the morning eating a ham and cheese sandwich. But you know, you do what you got to do.
That's the breakfast of champions. What are you talking about?
Brian, what had you saying, you big dummy?
You know, surprisingly, in this game, there wasn't a whole lot in the game for me to find to say, you big dummy. I'm just going to say it was them getting on the plane to come back to the States. That's the big dummy. Big dummy. We know they could win in London. They should just stay there.
Black, anything from your game?
Yeah. No, I was curious, though. Do you think that they were playing for the coach's job for Jacksonville? Like, if he would have lost two of them there, like they would have left him there?
Yeah, no, I do. I think that as much as they like him, I think there is a little bit of tension between Shad Khan and Peterson at the moment. And so, yeah, I do. I think that the players love him. I think the players love Peterson. And so it's you know, at this point, I think they're playing for his job, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I kind of sense that. That's why I was thinking that they're going to it's going to kind of translate. I don't know how long, because usually when you're playing for your coach's job, it's like fire is already there. You know what I mean? So
you got one foot out the door already at that point.
But you know what? I'll tell you one thing. That offensive line hadn't looked great all season, and then Cam Robinson goes out and Walker Little comes in, and it looks like it's a well-oiled machine. I mean, that's where they got all their rushing yards because it happened early in the game, you know. So I don't know. I mean, Walker Little, he started all last year when Cam Robinson was out. So as much as I don't want to think that one guy is an issue on the offensive line, I mean, it can be, especially if it's a well-oiled unit, you know. So.
Okay. So my big dummy moment, well, being that those Kansas City Sox ain't officially lost until you admitted it today, so that means you're going to lose this week. Our big dummy moment was that we started AOC because he wasn't ready, and we listened to everybody. But it ends up, you know what they say, a silver lining, a silver and black lining, a blessing in disguise. Now we got the quarterback that I know is capable of beating the Chiefs this week. Guard dog, Gardner Minshew. So our big dummy moment is gonna, you know, pay us this coming week.
But AOC is injured, right?
Yeah, we got hurt. We shouldn't have put him out there to begin with.
So it's not even like you have the option of putting in AOC for the next couple weeks.
Yeah, I just hope. No, yeah. So it was a blessing in disguise. I just hope Minshew don't get hurt. Knock on wood if you hear me.
All right, Regina, you're up.
So since Black calls him Minshew Pishu all year long, now today he's on board with him. So my big dummy moment was when my safety Cook punches Trent Williams. He weighs like 200. Trent Williams weighs like 330. Like, what? What are you doing? That's an idiot thing to do, first of all, and unnecessary.
But it got Trent Williams kicked out of the game, though.
Dummy moment.
Trent Williams got kicked out of the game at that moment.
Not fair. He did, and that was not fair. It was incorrect. They should have both been taken out.
Yeah, but you know the second person always get caught. Always the second person.
Second person always gets caught. Took out the best lineman in the league.
He overshadowed him.
I was going to say the refs are always on our side, but whatever. Just kidding.
The refs are always on your side. There's plenty of evidence of that. We don't need to go down that rabbit hole. But I was going to say for the Bills game, I think it's just there's no one moment, but we do so we'll hand the ball off to Ray Davis or James Cook and they'll run it for 4 or 5 yards, and we'll do that twice and then not get a pass and then punt. And our run game works, and then we don't stick with it. And we don't go with what's the easy option. And that always happens, and it drives me nuts every time watching the game. We find something that we find something that works just to not use it. We're like, okay, the run game's working. Let's not run the ball anymore. And that drives me nuts. Anyways. So we will move on to the news from around the league. There was obviously some breaking news this morning, which we'll get into. But the first one was, how do you guys think the new wide receivers looked? Obviously, we talked about Amari. He had a pretty good game, four catches, 65 yards, and a touchdown. Looks like he's going to help out our offense. And Devontae Adams, not so much in New York. What are your guys' thoughts on the new wide receivers?
Well, they got Raider ties, so I guess I'll jump out the window first on this one. As far as Amari, I'm glad to see Amari. Amari's like one of them wide receivers, he checks in and checks out. So if you put him in the right environment, you're going to get the best out of him, right? And it comes at a good time for Buffalo. You want a receiver that has the capability to do what Amari does without all the hoopla behind it. And so, unlike Diggs, he's quiet. So it's cool. I like what I see I like what I'm seeing out of Buffalo. I saw Keon was talking about, a lot of people were saying, hey, did you tell him to play? I like the fact he was no, he knew to play. He was just confirming. He was clarifying. I like that. That's a rookie saying that. You know what I'm saying? We knew that he might not have knew to play, or he might have really been like, do I got a post? I don't know. But the mere fact that he took it for the teammate to embrace him, I see that something magical is going to happen. Now, how much magic? I don't know, but I think this team is turning around.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I love the answer from Keon there. And I think that's kind of, if we only get Amari for the rest of the year or whatever, we hope that he can just kind of give some of that leadership and mentorship to the younger guys on the team.
And as far as Devontae, you got to give that about a week or two. You know what I'm saying? That's going to kind of turn itself around. They got a good wide receiver core. It's Devontae is not the clear number one over there. But he can bring a number one mentality there, because if you don't roll the coverage to him, it's going to be an issue. And then when you do roll the coverage to him, it's going to be an issue. So I see it playing out pretty well. Just give it a week or two. But when people are asking what's better, the 2-5 Raiders the 2-4 Raiders and the 2-4 Jets, well, we're both 2-5 with them on our team, and we both play the Steelers. So my answer was going to be the same. 2-5 is 2-5. I don't care who's on the team.
So we'll just give Willie a shout out there. He said, "What up?"
Yep. What's up, Willie?
So,
Get
what's
better.
up, Willie? Hope everything's all right with you. Hope you're recovering well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did think it was funny that Davante Adams lost to the Steelers in back-to-back weeks. He went from
Yep.
he played the Steelers essentially twice and lost to them both times.
That's pretty awesome. I will say that, I mean, I expect Davante Adams, honestly, to connect with Rodgers. I mean, they had it all together. It's just been years, like they're going to get that connection back. They just will. I think it's telling that they only had like 44 yards rushing, and we talked about it earlier. If you don't run the ball, it's tough to open the passing game. I mean, Aaron Rodgers had 240, 270 yards passing, whatnot, but 100 of them were to his running back on a check down. On check down. So, I mean, he didn't have a ton, to his receivers anyway. I mean, he threw the ball to him 9 times. He only caught it 3. So, I mean, he's trying to target Davante Adams, but maybe he's trying to force it too early. But I think they'll get it.
Yeah,
They'll get it together.
yeah, and Garrett Wilson obviously was at 20-some targets for the past couple games. He's obviously going to lose some of those targets now that Davante's in the mix, which I don't know if that's better or worse for Garrett. Sometimes you can do a little bit more without everyone just focusing in on you the whole time and forcing the ball to Garrett Wilson the whole time.
What's funny, Ben, is they both had 9 targets. Davante Adams and Garrett Wilson. They split them up almost like they did that on purpose. Nine targets both ways.
Alrighty, so now we'll talk to Regina and Tisha because they are the front page story of the day today. Obviously, getting DeAndre Hopkins out of Tennessee. What were your guys' thoughts? What's your reactions?
You go, girl.
Go ahead, Dave.
Or I can. Let's hear it.
Well,
I want to hear what you
Go ahead.
Oh.
You know what? I think it's good for a short-term fix.
Just so you know,
I think
Willie
he's a
hasn't forgot
plug-and-play
about you
kind of
guys.
Hate him. He hates him. I know. I hear
Lily,
that
go to
we're
bed.
out there looking for a DB or an edge. So I don't think we're done. I hear that you're still looking for a DB or an edge. I think, we get popped back. I think we're looking okay. I do. I'm really happy.
Okay, right on. What about you, Tisha?
That was super solid. So there's like 1,900,000 people, which don't quote me on that because I didn't do the math, but there's so many people saying that he's washed up, he's worn out, he doesn't have it left. And I'm like, he's never played with Mahomes. So it's exactly what he needs. He's a serious player. I mean, he can run routes, he knows defenses, all of it. So I think it's going to be a crucial weapon. And Regina, kind of like you said, like I don't think it's going to be long term, but you know what? We need help right now. So SOS, let's go.
Yeah, I think like Willie said, who gives a turkey?
It's
We're going to give a turkey when we're gobbling.
Who do you think of the 3 wide receivers that's traded black? Who do you think has the biggest impact? Davante, Amari, or DeAndre Hopkins?
That's a real good question. That's an awesome question because as much as I hate to kind of admit it, I kind of agree. Like the D-Hop trade, like I was like, man, what happened to him? Is this like the Deshaun Watson effect? But then again, it could have to do with the location because I think he can go to Kansas City and be a problem. Like he's a baller. Like he's a baller. Like he might really go there and wake up because it's not like Juju Schuster. He's not like a Juju Schuster, and Juju Schuster came in and was decent. Decent enough to get serviced around the league still and to even come back or whatever. But I don't know. They all of them is beneficial. Like they all good trades. Like, but I'm gonna say the best one's going to be Kansas City because they're the ones in the hunt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta say Kansas City. And
Yeah, I would say that, you know, Kansas City is 6-0. Their offense was doing okay. They were winning their games. They seem like the team who could most afford to wait for their guys to come back from the injuries. I think if the Rodgers and Devontae Adams connection gets to what it was like in Green Bay, I think that's the biggest impact. I don't see that happening, but I think that's the one that has the potential to be the biggest trade. Go
Can
ahead.
I say something?
Keisha. Yeah.
Okay. Just for 1 second. I saw a post today that said, do you think that Aaron Rodgers can take the team to the Super Bowl? And it said yes, but he's going to have to buy a lot of tickets.
We should take a second to welcome Leslie to the show.
No.
How's it going, Leslie?
who you represent? Who she represent?
Patriots.
Okay.
Wasn't Leslie? Weren't you supposed to wear teal today or something like that? I thought.
I don't. That's not teal. It's too dark for teal.
No, it's just the lighting in here. It's teal. Trust me.
Mhm.
I don't know. I think we'll have to put that up to a vote. Does that count enough?
This is the closest I have. This is
Our vote makes you win, Leslie. Mine and Tisha's vote makes you a winner.
great.
Mine and Tisha's vote makes you a winner.
Amen.
So, Tisha or Leslie, sorry, just quickly, what did you think of the game in London? How do you think it? How do you think it went?
Honestly, we didn't play near as bad as I thought we were going to. I know we still lost, but I think they've made a good decision with Drake. So, just going to take some time, but
Just have fun watching them. Take the highlights as you can get them.
exactly. I mean, we had a really good run, so I have to just be patient with this rebuilding nonsense. But that's fine.
To be
Yeah, I
fair,
guess it's been a while since you guys have been rebuilding, eh? So
to be fair,
That's a thing. That's a thing.
yeah. To be fair, I think Drake he's the right fit there. Drake's going to be good. Give him some time. Get him some pieces, a little bit more pieces around him. Drake's going to be good.
yeah, I do remember saying at draft time that they probably should have went like O-line and maybe try and build something up in the trenches, try and get maybe a weapon or two, and then build your team to be ready to need a rookie quarterback to come in and kind of take over. But he seems to be okay.
That's the ideal situation, right? That'd be ideal, but they're doing the best with what they can work with. I did think that the soft team comment was hysterical. Yes, they are soft. I mean, I feel that way about most teams, actually. Yeah, clearly they are.
Bill didn't like that too much.
What's that?
Bill didn't like that too much.
Right. That's why I liked Bill.
Bill Belichick didn't like that comment.
Yeah. There'd be no softness with Bill. That's for sure.
That's right.
Okay, so while we were talking about the wide receivers getting traded, there was obviously big injuries to wide receivers. Ayuk out for the season. Godwin looks like he's out for the season. Mike Evans got injured as well in that game. So this kind of leads to the last one of the last questions I had is what is the fix there? Do you see any of these teams going out to make a trade for wide receivers, or kind of where are they at, and what do you think with these injuries to San Fran and Tampa Bay?
Man, first off, I'll just say something just because Baker's my guy in Tampa Bay, and I really feel bad for him. Something always seems to happen to him so far in his career, because he's probably playing at the best level he's ever played in his life. He's literally probably at his best right now. And to have 2 injuries to his 2 best receivers in the same game is just unbelievable. And I don't know how extent Mike Evans is. I assume he'll be out a couple weeks. It's a hamstring, that's been bothering him. He'll probably be out a couple weeks. I don't think Tampa Bay, if they go get somebody, it won't be anybody that probably will make a huge impact. They're just going to have to step up with the other receivers, on the team, and they need to run the ball. I mean, they've shown that they can run the ball there, and so they're just going to have to commit more to that run and let Baker cook, to the other receivers. As far as San Francisco goes, I hate Brock Purdy, so I'm happy. I'm happy he lost Brandon Ayuk.
Get over it. Get over it.
I won't do it. I won't do it. You can't make me. For the second time in a row, he couldn't get the job done against Kansas City. So he's really on my shit list now.
I mean, for that reason,
That's called trending.
Okay,
I had
last
something
one.
I don't think that-
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you're okay. I have something I wanted to say real quick. I did not mean to cut you off. I was gonna say, just given what Brian was saying, like, I've watched football since as long as I can remember, kindergarten. It seems like this year has been the most injury prone year. It's ridiculous. Like, I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I cannot ever remember. I know players go out, this and that. What did the Bucks lose? 4 people over the weekend? Was it Monday or over the weekend? They lost 4 people. It's awful. Like, I don't understand what the difference is.
Yeah, it is
I would have to say
crazy. Like,
conditioning. Awesome.
well, I see a lot of players getting hurt, even just with non-contact injuries. Like, it's crazy. But for those 2 teams in particular, like you say, like, dang, Baker, like, at least you got the bag. You know what I'm saying? At least he did get the bag, and he earned it, because another Raider, Ty, he came in and blew up the spot on 3 days' notice and got him $100,000 contract based on that one game. So we're going to really see what he made of. We're going to see how deep he can dig in, and we can also see how deep that team is. As far as the Niners, I'm with you. I'm a Raider fan, so I'm going to hate on them anyway. So my thing for them this year was to see how good are y'all, because y'all don't have my boy Snow Bunny Pearl. What's his name? Christian McCaffrey. They don't have CMC. So I was like, okay, this is his 3rd year. Let's see if they really can put it on his back, Brock Purdy, or is he really a game manager or more game manager? So now all these pieces is not in place. We can see we're getting to see the real Brock Purdy, and now losing your Ayuk. Like, it's something about that Shanahan something where you play for his team, you gonna get hurt. It ain't even gotta be nobody's fault, but you gonna get hurt just playing under his reign. So we're gonna see what they really made of. So that really hurts both of them, but we're gonna get to see what the quality of both of those quarterbacks are at this point.
And didn't Debo get hurt this week too?
He's been hurt all season.
He
I
had
feel like.
pneumonia.
Yeah, he's been hurt off and on.
Yeah, he has pneumonia.
Yeah, Debo has pneumonia.
Oh, okay. That's not
Oh.
good.
I can see him on the sidelines. He was coughing.
Okay.
Oh, he was puking.
Debo over there pump faking. Debo gonna get hurt. At least he gonna get hurt like during the season. And if he don't get hurt in the season, he for sure gonna get cracked in the playoffs. So the thing about it is, Debo, he the only one left over there because it ain't Ayuk. So now you got to lean on the youngster that they got over there. They already, when CMC come back, they gonna give him the carries like ain't nothing wrong with him. Like that's gonna be hey, I'm with you, bro. I'm just gonna sit back and watch what's going on. I got my popcorn. Is that kettle?
Hey, so I want to say
Not
cut down. Anyway, so my son wanted me to tell everyone, and just so y'all know, he's a big Arizona Cardinals fan, and he just wants to let everybody know that They are second in that division, and San Francisco is behind them, and they have the tiebreaker against the 49ers. So he just wanted me to tell you that.
Okay, so we got one last one, Leslie. Since you were the last one to join, we'll ask it to you. And in Willie's honor, this is our chance. We can kind of tease the Dallas Cowboys a little bit with this one. But who do you think is the best team in the league so far? And I put together 4 teams: Baltimore, Kansas City, Detroit, or do you think it's Dallas?
Oh man.
Or is it not? Is it neither one of those, and you have a different choice?
No, I mean, I have to be honest. You know it's Kansas City. Or Kansas City, as we say here.
Oh, that killed her. I know it. Oh,
yeah, it's definitely Kansas City. I mean, it really is. You can't, as much as I hate them, like before, and the only reason to like them is T Swift. It's definitely them. Unless they make some, I know. Unless they make some, drastic F up in the next couple of games, it's definitely them. So far, it's the Chiefs.
Brian, you agree or no? Or we know Regina and Tisha agree. We know Regina and Tisha agree for sure.
Yeah,
No,
listen. Kansas City obviously has the best record, so they are the best team because they're the only undefeated team. However, I feel like the more complete team is Baltimore. I think Baltimore's offense is lighting it up. They're just now clicking. I mean, Henry looks like he's running back in college days. His first few years in the league is what he looks like. So, and their defense is already one of the best defenses in the league, top 5. So, yeah, I think Baltimore is probably the better team at this moment. It doesn't look like it with the records, but as far as the team goes, I think they're better.
Yeah, and when they played, Baltimore lost by a toenail in the back of the end zone,
Right.
And ever since then, Baltimore has only gotten better, and it seems like Kansas City has kind of, been stagnant, if not been playing a little bit worse, but getting the benefit of a win.
I will say it's kind of disgusting that they can be stagnant and undefeated. That tells you how good. That tells you how. That tells you how.
Magic.
Yeah.
That's the magic. Yeah. That's Mahomes' magic.
Yeah. He's thrown more picks. He's thrown more picks than touchdowns this season. Come on now.
Hey, listen to this. I can't remember who it was, but it was one of I believe the receiver. Maybe it was running back or receiver. I don't know. But Mahomes had actually caught more yards because he almost dropped the ball and threw it in the air, and it was like 1.3 and so, I'm like, wow, that's a great record. I like that.
Black, who's your best team? You're muted.
Yep.
I said, oh man, the best team in the NFL. Well, the best team in the NFL has to be the. I was. No, I can't say. I don't know. I don't know who the best team is. I refuse to say. I refuse it. The best team in the NFL is the Ravens. Yeah, I like the Ravens.
Just say it's undetermined.
I'm surprised. I'm surprised no one said Dallas. I'm surprised no one said Dallas.
What he said. I'm gonna cheat off of his test.
Hey, listen, that's not knocking Detroit either because Detroit looks good. Goff looks fantastic. He's always, 18 of 19 passing or whatever. 19 of. I don't know, man. I mean, Detroit.
They look like a true team. They look like an all around just team that everybody's in it for each other.
That's what wins. That's what wins. Yep. I'll shut up.
Okay, so I got some rapid fire questions. Got some rapid fire questions. I'll say your name. Quick 1-word answer. Tisha, you have to stick with a 1-word answer. Okay. We can't be going on your rants that you normally do. Okay.
Do I do that?
Okay, so Tisha, you're up first. Will Cooper Kupp get traded from the Rams?
Yes.
Okay. Leslie, who do you think is the next coach to get fired?
Just because it's a rumor, and I really almost can't wait to be a Raiders fan. Who's coach for the Raiders again? BB and TV, let's go.
Okay, Regina, who do you think will get the number one pick? Who's going to be the worst team in the league and get the number one overall pick?
Cleveland.
Cleveland. Okay. Brian, which one do we want to do here? Okay, so we saw Bryce Young get benched in for Andy Dalton, and then he's come back. But who do you think is the next quarterback who's getting benched to for the backup role, for whoever's the backup?
I'm gonna say Will Levis.
Okay, that's a good one. And Black, you're up with currently right now in the league. Who, if you had to vote, who would be the MVP?
The MVP in the league right now?
Yeah, if it was like so far, who's the MVP?
Yeah, that's damn. Is this a calculus class we're in? This is a hard one. The MVP. Oh man, I'm gonna go and say, dang, that's a good one, man.
Come on, Black.
Just say it. You know what you're gonna say. Just say it.
Don't even do it. Do not.
No, I'm gonna say Andy Reid.
Fair enough.
I have urge to say something I cannot say on this podcast.
I'll if it was for me, I would have said Derrick Henry.
You know, I was really close to saying that. But
yeah, they don't give it to running backs or anything else, so it's there's no chance that another player wins it. But
yeah.
Hey, I will say Baker Mayfield. Okay, MVP. he is second leading passer in the NFL behind Geno Smith right now. So.
Alrighty, so on to week 8. We're going to look forward to week 8 and kind of what your teams, the matchups that you guys have this week. So we'll start with Brian. What's your who you guys playing? What's your prediction? And give us an X factor from that game. Who needs to step up or do something in order for you guys to get a win?
We come back home. So we come back home to Everbank Stadium there, and we play Green Bay, the old Green Bay Packers. So it's gonna be a dog fight, that's for sure. My prediction is, I think that, like we were talking about earlier, I think they're playing for his job, and I think they're playing a little bit more inspired after their win. So I think they come back over here and get a win at home against Green Bay, and I think they're not going to be favored in that game, but I think they win that game by 3. And I would say that the X factor in this game needs to be the offensive line. They need to continue to play like they did in London and run the ball like they were. That's the X factor.
Right on. Okay, Regina, you're up.
So we play the Raiders in Vegas. Welcome us in, Black. So I think we're going to win. However, I think our X factor will be, we're going to continue to have the run game. We're going to shove it down your throat, run it till you die, because Max Crosby is going to be head hunting. So we don't want to have the ball out there in the air. I think our defense is going to kill you. And I think that Karlaftis continues. It's going to be sacking your nobody quarterback, your
Oh,
Minshew Pishu, and we're going to have some extra weapons this week, sir. He'll be in practice tomorrow. Thank you.
Tisha?
I think that's going to be a fun one. Yeah, I think that's going to be a fun one. But you know, you have to admit, anytime you play the Raiders, you're always that close from them causing a problem. But even though we've struggled this year, I really do think I think they're pulling it together, and I really do think that they can figure it out. So I'm not that worried. I don't want to say we win by 10, but we might win by 3.
Okay. Black, your chance to give your rebuttal, your score prediction, your X factor in the game.
Oh man, you know it's all gonna be about, you know.
Bring it.
So here it is. It's gonna be about Bronson Pichu, Monster Minshew. You know, he gonna do his thing. I'm not really worried about him so much. Our X factor is our O-line. If our O-line does cool, we'll be all right. Our defense got to show up. Just play good. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to play out of this world. We got to cause turnovers. We got a lot of X factors. So the stars got to line up really, to be honest, for us to beat them. But I'm glad that at least one of y'all was honest to know that no matter what the records dictate, the games are always a certain kind of way when it comes to it. So I know the last time we played them, we beat them last year, right?
yep.
Was it Christmas?
Christmas.
Yes.
Yes.
Christmas.
Yes.
So where I'm from, you only as good as your last win. So last time y'all played us, y'all lost. So we on town business this week. Like I said, I talked to guard dog, Gardner Minshew. I talked to him, and we gonna get it done this week. And it's gonna come down to like a field goal, a toenail.
I'm gonna need you to remember.
Toenail.
I repeat, I believe that. You're absolutely right. That's how it goes.
The last time the Chiefs lost, it was to the Raiders. So
Black, funny
Wasn't it
story.
by one?
Yeah. Willie had to wear a Kansas City hat after that win. he bet that the Chiefs were going to beat the Raiders, and if the Raiders won, he would wear a Chiefs hat.
Wow.
And
The
Raiders
entire
won,
season,
so,
and I bought a $54 hat for him to wear.
The season he wore it for the season.
every show he had to wear
Every
it for the rest of the season.
Oh, that's what he
Let's
get.
call him
But
while he's drugged up.
Break out in a rap. He had to wear some
I would have
So-
never.
I don't know if he's not watching. He went to bed, I think, but he texted me earlier and told me that he wants to do the same bet this week. He said,
No, we're going
that
Jersey
yeah.
this time.
he said if the Raiders win, he's wearing a Kansas City Chiefs hat for the rest of the season. He said it worked.
And
for him
not
last
only
year.
not only that, I'm going to go get him a red Raiders hat so he can wear after he's done wearing. Matter of fact, y'all should get him a Chiefs jersey that's red, and then we'll get him the red Raiders hat because he's definitely on a narcotic. He's on a narcotic, and it ain't the Raiders.
Let me say this. I was really polite, and I sent him the blackout Kansas City Chiefs. So it was like blacked out, but it had the patch. And I was like, I wanted to go yellow and red. What's that?
Tisha, I swear to God, next time if this happens, you have to put a T Swift quote on it. There's just no other.
He can just shake it off. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
Irma is the guy on the Chiefs. Coming That's the
So long story short, we're going to steal one from Kansas City this week. We're committing a burglary.
Okay, Leslie, what's going on for New England this weekend?
Okay, first of all, I have to say go Raiders and I live here, so this could get me murdered. But literally, go Raiders. I might have to could like Amazon a Raiders hat just to proudly wear. Throughout and get shot on 6th Street. So there's that. But then we're playing the Jets, and God help me, I hate, and I know it's Rodgers, but I call him Aaron Roberts because there's this cute clip with dogs. Anyway, absolutely not to Aaron Roberts. Absolutely not. We are absolutely winning this game by some miracle and prayer. If I have to go pray the rosary every day for the rest of the week, we are winning this game. I cannot lose to Aaron Rodgers. It's just not going to happen. Cannot happen. Yeah. So I don't know what needs to happen, Gerard. Like, let's make this go because softness has got to end.
Who's that guy who last week he said he has the best hands in the league and then couldn't catch anything all week?
Accurate.
He's the guy who needs to step up for you guys this week, I think.
Oh my gosh, there's so many people that need to step up on the task. So oh my gosh. And this is to their detriment because I just watched on Netflix. We'll listen to it at work. I didn't watch it. I listened to it. The comeback with the Red Sox and the 2004 miracle that happened. I need that scenario to happen to the Patriots this year.
Red Sox.
I need it. And so
they statistically still have a chance.
I need the miracle to happen. And if the miracle is just beating the Jets, I'd take the Bills as well. Because you go for the division. But you gotta beat the Jets. Like, bring back that BB Magic. Magic Belly, as I call him. And give me a win against the Jets because I'm still pissed off from last year. So gonna need the miracle. Gonna need the win.
I'm pulling for you no matter what.
I could even, if it made it happen, I could even reluctantly perhaps wish for a Chiefs win.
Oh my goodness!
See how Black's ears perked up there as soon as he heard that. He sat right up in his chair.
So like it's that
Goodbye.
desperate. I will do whatever it takes.
Applications.
Friends of the devil sort of scenario to beat the Jets. That's
alrighty. So I think
beating obviously Kansas City Chiefs.
So I think the Bills are going to win. We are I think we're hosting Tennessee.
No, you're at Seattle.
No.
We're at Seattle. I was thinking about week 7 there for a second. We're at Seattle, 4:00 game. That's obviously a tough place to play, the 12th man, all that kind of stuff. So I think Ray Davis is our X factor. He runs the ball really, really well. I almost feel like James Cook should be our change of pace back and just keep giving Ray Davis the ball as much as we can. But yeah, I think the Bills win. I think it's 27-17-ish. I don't think it's going to be particularly close. And yeah, I think that's it. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah, I like
think you're
that.
crazy.
I know. My son says Seattle, screw them, and he wants to lose. So he wants to lead that division. So,
and I think Seattle plays you much closer than that.
It'll be close. Yeah, it's going to be a close game. Seattle's not a bad team, and Gino, when he wants to play, Gino's good. And he's the leading passer in the NFL right now in passing yards. So that tells you something.
Absolutely,
They're throwing the ball right now.
Yeah, but they don't have DK Metcalf for this game.
They don't.
No, he's out.
Yeah,
no. He's week to week, and
he didn't practice today. He's got a knee injury.
Yeah. If you don't play, I think you'll win. But Kenneth Walker's good.
Yeah, Walker's good for sure.
Walker's good.
Yeah.
I like Tyler Lockett more than I like DK, but that's just me.
Yeah. Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, that's true too.
He don't like to get hit. He'll play till he's 50. So.
Okay, so one time around the horn, everybody give your final thoughts, say whatever message you want to say, and then we'll get out of here. Leslie, you're up first.
Ooh, gosh. Okay. So let's see. Go Pats, go Raiders. Go Seattle. Sorry. In the division. It's a real problem. And then I don't know. Oh, this has nothing to do with NFL, but go KU. I know they're going to get slaughtered against K-State this weekend, but I am loyal to the core, so rock, chalk, Jayhawk. Let's go.
Regina?
Chalk. That's against the religion.
She is a national treasure. You better watch what you say, because like she's
Wait, who?
she's in there. She's right.
Are you
Crazy talk.
Brandon, our Queen Taylor?
I just pray everyone has a safe week. I hope you all get wins except for Black. Sorry about your luck. Phoning it in. Although I love you, Black. You're my favorite part of Raider Nation. Everybody keep your team safe. Let's roll into a week with a dub, with everyone healthy.
Right on. Tisha?
She does. We talked about how much she loves you. I don't know what else I could say to trump that. Do I think it's going to be an awfully like non-clean game? Yes. Am I used to that? Yes. So do I think we'll win? Yes. That's all I got to say about that. I think it's going to be a good time. Sorry, I can't with Black. She fucking called you. Oh, she called you out. I said the bad word. My bad. She called you out. So let's hear what he has to say. I'm so sorry.
All right, Brian. Final thoughts.
Final thought. It just like Leslie, it's not in the NFL ranks. Someone say a prayer for us going up to Oxford, Mississippi, and playing Lane Kiffin. That sleazy Lane Kiffin, and playing Mississippi State. They should be Mississippi State. Screw them, the Rebels. All right. This is what.
Let's go Sooners. Go Sooners.
Can't hear it probably. That's okay. That's okay. Go Sooners. I'm traveling, by the way. I'm going to Oxford, so I will be in that stadium. So
oh, nice.
I'm ready for the Grove.
Black, final thoughts.
Yeah, well, I'm used to being the black sheep. I'm used to being the only one in the corner thinking that we could do it, which is fine. It's fine. Beautiful. I want to thank you guys for having me on your show, and you guys just treat me like I've been here the whole time. So I do want to thank y'all for that. I had to come represent the Raiders because Willie is down. Prayers for him. Thank you for keeping the show going and doing what all you do. He probably knocked out on a Percocet or something. I don't know. But hopefully he feels
I yelled
better.
at him earlier. I yelled at him. I said, "You need to go lay down." He was like, "Did you just yell at me?" I said, "Yeah, I did."
Yeah, so I want to thank him, and I want to represent for him, and I'm representing for the narcotic that's known as the Oakland / LA / Oakland / LV Raiders. So I got us to win, and I want to kind of come up with a bet with the ladies, but I'm kind of like nervous because I'm like I got to be able to do something without winning the bet.
For tomorrow's game, let's see it. Let's hear it. Oh, are you game?
I'm game, but maybe we can talk about it. We can come up with something. So I don't want to keep everybody hung up, but we can come up with something. But we're gonna win. So pick something that you're willing to lose.
And her shirt is teal, by the way. I saw it on a text message, and it is definitely teal.
That's more like just like a dark green. That's more like a dark green. That doesn't look very teal.
Yeah, that doesn't. Teal. All right.
She doesn't have the best lighting. Shush. No, that's great. Thank you so much.
Okay, so my
send us
final
your address. We're gonna send you some party gifts.
You'll have to wear some Kansas City gear on your Nothing But Raiders podcast. How about that?
100%.
I'm just saying, I just give it to you. No big deal.
Hey, but you know what? We'll come up with something. I'm willing to bet, though. I'm that confident.
Like, I can get you a Ted Lasso
I am
shirt, which is
too.
kind of adjacent to that, but don't put on actual cheese. Like, I'm itching just thinking about it.
You gotta go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Alrighty,
That's
everyone.
stupid.
Thank you guys very much for joining the show. Thanks, Black, for filling in for Willie. Shout out to Willie. Hopefully he's out there recovering. And yeah, everyone go Bills is kind of the theme for this week. And yeah, shout out to everybody else who's on the Shakeback Media Group, the Nothing But Raiders podcast, the Fear the North podcast, the Mothers of the Shield podcast. Everyone out there, we're all doing great and happy to see everybody here and having a good time. So, like I said, go Bills, and we'll see y'all next week.
Can I just say thank you very much? It was a lot of fun. Thank you.
Had lots of fun
Yeah,
too.
I figured it out. I want you to wear silver, and then you could wear black, and then sit me in the middle. You know
There
what
we
I'm saying?
go. Yeah.
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 There we
I
go.
like it.
There we
I
go.
like
Thank you, Black.
Remind me.
You're gonna be wearing red and yellow.
Let's go. T-Swift is the other one.
I
Let's
got plenty of
go.
red and yellow here too. I've got freaking jerseys for days.
Red and yellow.
Alrighty, everyone. Thanks for coming out. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye, everybody.